Hi, I'm Kate from Open Door Counsel and Life Coaching. Today is Therapy Thursday, and today we're going to be talking about 5 natural ways to calm racing thoughts. 5 natural ways to calm racing thoughts. So have you ever experienced that succession of anxious, racing thoughts, like replaying something in your head or fixating on something that happened and feel like unable to control where your mind is going? And do these thoughts interfere with like the ability to just function and do something normally? That literally happened to me today. Well, racing thoughts, accelerated, often repetitive thought patterns on a particular subject are common symptoms of a mental health disorder like bipolar disorder or ADD or ADHD, anxiety, obsessive compulsive disorder, and more. But they can happen to anyone in an anxious or stressed state. So if you struggle with racing thoughts, there's actually good news, okay? Research has shown that there's a number of actions we can do to calm our minds. When our racing thoughts strike, take the following interventions to calm them down, okay? So this can be a part of your mental health toolkit. Ways to calm down our racing mind, our mental health toolkit. Okay, we want to calm our racing thoughts down. Number 1, practice diaphragmatic breathing. Diaphragmatic breathing, or deep breathing, is a simple and powerful, effective exercise that can help calm the racing thoughts quickly. Controlled breathing has been shown to cause physiological changes that may include lowered blood pressure and heart rate, as well as reducing levels of stress hormones in the blood. How does it work? Essentially, a series of deep breaths signal to your autonomic nervous system that you're safe, and it responds by shifting the fight or flight response of your sympathetic nervous system to the relax, rest, and digest response of the parasympathetic nervous system. This calms the mind and the body. We want to focus on one thing instead of our thoughts running all over. So when we deep breathe, our mind can focus on that one thing. Okay. So in a 2017 study, subjects who participated in this deep breathing technique regularly showed increased attention, decreased negative mood, lower cortisol levels, which is the marker of stress and anxiety. And a more recent review of 3 studies found the calming effects of deep breathing, such as slowed respiratory rate, lowered cortisol and blood pressure levels, as well as a reduction in perceived depression, anxiety, and stress among those who participated. This is a big deal, y'all. And what are we doing? We're simply breathing. Okay, so here's a simple diaphragmatic breathing exercise. So you sit or lie comfortably and close your eyes. You put one hand on your chest and one hand on your abdomen, and you inhale through your nose at the count of 4, feeling your abdomen expand. Hold your breath for 2 seconds, then exhale very slowly and steadily through your mouth for about 8 seconds. The mouth should be relaxed, okay? And you hold your breath for 2 seconds, and you repeat that 10 times. So you inhale for 4, hold your breath for 2, and exhale through your mouth, relaxed mouth for 8, holding your breath for 2 seconds, and then repeat. That is super, super easy, isn't it? And it's going to help us. It's going to lower cortisol. It's going to help us have reduce the perceived depression, anxiety, and stress in our life. It's going to slow our respiratory rate. It's going to help us, okay? Slow down those anxious, there it is again, anxious thoughts. Number 2, do intense exercise. So the second way we can calm our racing thoughts naturally is to do intense physical exercise. Research has suggested that intense exercise helps us make tryptophan, the precursor to serotonin, more available in the brain, therefore increasing serotonin levels. Greater levels of serotonin have a calming effect on racing thoughts. Isn't that nice? Running, cycling, and swimming are all excellent examples of intense exercise. Number 3 is engage in positive distraction. Speaking of distractions, research shows that there's a great stress reduction benefit in getting distracted by hobbies or relaxation activities such as music or dance, recreational sports, or spending time in nature, okay? The fourth one is shift your focus by journaling positive thoughts. We can shift our focus from racing thoughts to calming thoughts by journaling positive thoughts. Some people experience racing thoughts, do writing as a calming force. One study involved a population of anxious people showed positive outcomes were associated with intervention called positive affective journaling. Participants logged onto a study website and wrote in a journal for 15 minutes on the positive effect prompts. What am I thankful for? What did someone else do for me? And this study found that writing can actually serve as an effective intervention in mitigating mental distress. I love it. It's journaling. I love it. Number 5, the fifth way to calm our racing thoughts is question your racing thoughts. Question them, okay? Writing down what you're thinking, what you're feeling, even the negative thoughts can lead to a greater calm. Okay, question them. Don't just take them in and question them. Hey, what's going on here? What am I thinking? What am I feeling? What negative thoughts am I having? There's a benefit to actually just giving a voice to the worrying thoughts. It's even a great if you take the step a bit further. So take note of your automatic negative thoughts, your ants, automatic negative thoughts in your writing. One way is to recognize them is to look for common patterns. Look for all or nothing type thinking. Well, it's always this way, or it's never that way, or this person always does this, or never does this, right? These ants, these automatic negative thoughts, are usually untrue, but we can eliminate them by asking ourselves questions. A study involving college students who suffered from distressing thoughts found reframing negative thoughts to be beneficial. Okay, so these questions come from cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. Is it true? Is what I wrote down, looking at that. Is it true? Is it absolutely true? Like 100% true? How do you feel when you have that thought? You feel good? You feel bad? How do you feel? Do you feel jealous? Do you feel angry? And then how do you feel if you didn't have that thought? If you weren't thinking that, would you feel better? And then choose a new or kinder or more constructive, positive, or accurate thought instead of this thought to meditate on, to think about. So 5 ways we can calm our racing thoughts. Practice diaphragmatic breathing. We can do intense physical exercise. We can engage in positive distraction. We can shift our focus by journaling positive thoughts. And number 5, we can question our racing thoughts and ask, is it true? How do you feel when I have the thought? How do you feel when I don't have the thought? What way can I choose a newer, kinder, more constructive, positive way and meditate on that thought? These are really great examples. This is from Amen Clinics. I will post the link to the article below this video so you can read more about him. He has tons of wonderful information on his website, so check that out. I'm Kate from Open Door Counsel and Life Coaching, and that's your Therapy Thursday.